Well, well, well. If it isn't you guys, hi, it's Vlad. How are y'all doing today on this Thursday afternoon? Today, boys and girls, we are going to be entering into the world of Project Gorgon. It is a game that I have never played before. I did not buy Project Gorgon, just to be, transparent, right? Um, so I got the demo, and because I'm only going to play for like 2 hours, I figured there's really no sense in buying it, but we'll see. I mean, if this is something that is interesting or something I would like to go forward with, I'll probably just buy the whole thing. I don't think it's that expensive on Steam either, but just to kind of give some first impressions of the game, like how's the first the Fatui system, like how's the first time player, like how is it, and also to be honest too, I haven't not really researched this. A lot of people, my guild leader has actually played a shit ton of Project Gorgon. I have not, so I did not ask for any kind of helps or tips or basically anything. So I am going in completely blind and just seeing like how does the game stand on its own, like as of current day. I did like Arcade. I really liked Arcade. Arcade is going to be really awesome to come back to on Monday. I've actually been having the itch to get back into Arcade, and I was thinking maybe I should just make another character and just that way I can. I was like, no, because I do want to learn on stream. Like I think that to me is like what I really want to do, is I want to be able to, for you to see like my mental cog wheels of the gerbils like running through my head and like, oh, like figuring shit out, right? I want it to feel like as authentic as possible. So we're gonna do that on Monday, this coming week. And then Tuesday this coming week, I was actually able to reach out to Jabba, and we had a little conversation. And I'm actually going to be talking to him on my stream on the 1v1 podcast on Tuesday. So we're going to have a conversation. It's not going to be very long. Not going to take up too much of his time, but I'm just going to talk to him about, like, as a first time player, like what are the goals of Pantheon? I have several things that I want to talk to him about. It's not going to be as in depth as I usually am with like Ashes of Creation, because I knew that project to hell and back. But this is going to be something more like if you watched, S-Fan interview Steven, it's going to be sort of like that kind of interview, just sort of getting my feet wet into the thing, and just kind of seeing like what the long-term goals of the project are, some of the philosophies of its given systems and like where they want to change stuff on that. So Pantheon isn't a big time owner of that. Co Carnage, I'm not too sure, but yeah, like I'm just I'm trying out a bunch of MMOs to find one. Yeah, I'm basically just trying a lot of the MMOs that I've never played before. And all of these were recommendations from people. Like all the MMOs that I've played this week were just people like guildies, people like, my people that watch me here, commenters on YouTube. Like, so I am just trying a whole bunch of shit because I've traditionally been a mono gamer. I stuck with World of Warcraft for a long time. And it wasn't until WoW was like going in the shitter in Shadowlands that I basically tried like a bunch of different MMOs. Like I tried SWTOR, I tried Final Fantasy 14, I tried Guild Wars 2, I tried ESO. And so I already tried all the main ones. I've tried all the mainstay big ones, but I have not tried any of these other ones, like the smaller ones, right? And I am going to try Monsters and Memories. I think right now it's just not playable from what I knew. And I think that's going to be the beta. I think is going to go into next month in March. So I'll play Monsters and Memories then. I'll try games like Light No Fire, like other things like that. And basically the goal is to find, a couple of games that I can stick with and, be able to make content about. And I think just talk about like the MMORPG genre and its philosophy of like why it's struggling. I think that's kind of like what really I want to make content about, is like, why does the MMORPG struggle, and why does these 15 or 20-year-old games like the mainstay MMOs, why are people always constantly gravitating towards them when they have their share of problems too? But I think that's kind of what I want to talk about. Any thoughts on Apogea? I know it's graphically set in 1990s, but it's a big downside. So it's a big downside for a lot of people. I have heard of Apogea. I actually saw Roar playing Apogea. I mean, maybe I can try it. It's just I don't know. I don't know if I'll particularly like that. I mean, I don't even know if I'll particularly like Project Gorgon, right? I might try it. I mean, fuck it. You know what I mean? But you know, um, I don't know. Like, I guess maybe I didn't want to put too many different MMOs. Like I didn't want to go too variety streamer, but I wanted just to kind of have this week to kind of look through a lot of the main suggestions first. This game is very much like UO. Project Gorgon progression is based on skills. You get to equip 2 skills at once. These can be swapped at any time outside of combat. Okay, many skills are locked behind prereqs and quests. Okay. Horizontal YouTube has Pantheon thumbnail. What? Why does it do that? Thank you for letting me know. I here 1 second. I always make sure, but YouTube's so funny. Like it's sometimes just even though I do add the correct thumbnail, it's like it doesn't save it or something. Like I don't know. Save. There we go. It should. I mean, it's probably gonna take a little bit of time, but it is correct now on my stream. So just to kind of give you guys, so now it's set to both. So okay. There we go. Let me see, Mr. Holmes. Thank you so much for the follow, man. Thank you. I played 100 or 1,000 hours, and the trick about it is you have to pay attention to everything text wise, as a lot of hint is in plain sight. Okay. You see, what do you think about the last game you tried? So Pantheon, very. It was interesting, but like because I am not an EverQuest player, I don't have any context or any like I don't have any like nostalgia for EverQuest. So to me, I felt like Pantheon, it felt like an alpha to me. You know what I mean? It felt very much like an alpha, right? You don't have a mini map, you don't have a regular map. There isn't really any kind of Fatui experience that is built in yet. But it seems like, Jabba and them want to do something in that regard to not make players feel so lost, which I think is a very good thing. I again, like I don't see the problem in giving players a little bit of direction as soon as they log in the game. Now, the direction could be you can follow, like as the NPC says, like you can follow what I'm telling you to do, or you can literally do whatever you want to do. Like, but I think at the same time, when it's kind of telling you to do that, then you're like, oh, okay, so I can either do whatever I want, or I can follow maybe this one quest or this thing here or whatever. Like, I don't think that's not a problem. Pantheon isn't ever having maps. That's not what Jabba said. Jabba says they are going to have a map. He says they're not going to have a mini map, but they are going to have like an actual map you can look at. Have you had a chance to look at Quinfall yet? I have not, but that's going to be tomorrow's stream. Tomorrow's stream is going to be the Quinfall. I already have it downloaded. I have not played it, of course, but tomorrow, since and I'm pretty sure there's going to be an update for it tomorrow, but tomorrow will be Quinfall. The game reward you for been curious. Okay. Vladis, do you mostly play MMO solo or with the group? So most of the time, like I play them solo, but of course I belong to a lot of different, groups of people. My main guild, Suspect, they're currently playing Guild Wars 2, SWTOR, and Star Citizen, which are 3 games that I have no interest in. I don't have any interest in any of those games personally. So yeah, I never heard of Alderaan Online. Thanks for the heads up. Time to Google. Okay, interesting. Alderaan Online Adventures is great. Okay, I'll have to look into that one. Quinfall is good. Was playing that today. Yeah, so I'm interested because tomorrow is their 1.0 launch. So I'm curious to see what updates or what changes that there could be for tomorrow's Quinfall than currently, right? So that's kind of like the thing. So let's go ahead and let's dive into this one. Let's go ahead and hit the play button. It's super cheap on Steam as well. Yeah, I think it's like $9 or $10. It's like super duper cheap. Okay, we apologize. Server selection. Oh, 1 second. The audio is not coming through on Steam. There we go. You guys can hear that now, right? Okay. Oh, that's super loud. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to... I literally have to use my wife's headset because my headset that I was using yesterday and the day before is just dying. Like, I have to, like, hit the thing, like, every time. Why is it not coming through? My wife's a gamer a little bit. I mean, that's her computer right there. That's across from me. The guild is on the original server, FYI. What's the original server? This one? Ooh, fun fact. Oh. Can I lower that? Jesus. This is why it's so important to have... Oh. There we go. These settings will only be available inside a game world. Brother. Like, I don't know why... Auto adjust quality level? Okay. Log in. No, my wife is not an MMO player. Okay. Human, elf. Oh, okay, so I just... Human it is. Oh my... Yeah, that looks fine. All right. There we go. My first MMO was Tibia. I do not care for graphics. So my buddy in Suspect, he came from Tibia too. Longtime Tibia player. All right. Hold on, wait. I died. Vladis will be my pet project from now on. What? Oh no. Am I gonna die? Okay. Welcome to Launch Madness. Gorgon is put on his big boy pants and is at 1.0 release. We want to welcome everyone, new and old, to this wonderful occasion. With all the crazy and confusion going on, we'd like to point a few things out. If you do not like the fighting, the massive crowds on Starter Island, you can type the command leave tut to skip directly to Sir Bull. Please note that using this will also bypass several free skill unlocks and mobs that will be more difficult to kill at first. If you are not satisfied with your current appearance, we are temporarily offering a way to change it. Use the command I want to redo, then log out. You'll be able to edit your appearance, but you cannot change your race or sex. We will be opening a new Fresh Start server soon. This will be those that want a fresh start and more space for our rapidly growing population. More details on this release soon. Thanks again for the Project Gorgon and try. We appreciate everyone's patience as we deal with these growing pains. Awesome. Okay. Whoa. 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 I hate that. I hate that. Settings. Is there a way I can free? Is that what that is? Wait, that's not. Wait. Wait, what? Why does why is it moving? Why can't I move in the direction that I'm looking at? Okay, hold on. Auto move to interact. Click on the ground. Recenter while moving. Don't do free. Is it action? There we go. Whoa. Traditional? Okay. Wait. Why is it okay? Well, okay. Going back in. Give me a second. This is always like the most frustrating part usually. Oh yeah, Nefarious, if you're watching me on the because I'm streaming on YouTube Shorts and I have my vertical stream and my horizontal stream. So you got to make sure you're watching me on the vertical stream. Yeah, sorry. I try to put it in the title so that way people know. And remove click to ground to move. Okay, I'll do that. It's because of free camera. See, I hate that. Like that. I don't like the way this moves at all. So you said go to traditional. And you said disable that. See what? Okay, I guess that's okay. That's gonna take a while to get used to. Let me see. Why not use the built-in feature for vertical stream, Vladis? Because I can't manipulate that. That's the reason why. The Atrium plugin from OBS is the shit I can do. So what's this shovel? Can I? Okay, I can take that. Can I? Okay, hold on. This whole, I don't know why it's in windowed mode. That's what I was going to try to fix. Show full screen enabled. There we go. That's what I want. Show FPS counter. Okay. First impressions, game looks very far from release or even beta or early access as far as graphics, character models, and really bad animations. Yeah, I'd say so too. What? I can't. Am I not doing something right? Or like, okay, don't worry, death happens, but I couldn't help noticing you're starving. Without food, you'll regenerate almost no health and power between fights. Higher quality food can regenerate your health and power during combat. Remember to eat. Okay. Okay, so I earned experience from dying. Okay. Get ready for battle. You found some food and a sword. Eat the food and equip the sword. Press the backpack icon on the right side of the screen, then right click on the food and sword in your inventory. Is this the backpack? Okay. Okay. Am I wearing that? Like, I can't. Okay. Okay, it says it's equipped. Try the sword out. There's some feeble old skeletons nearby. Walk up and click on one, then press the sword attack button at the bottom of the screen. Repeat as needed. Okay. Dude, this camera is driving me nuts. Like, is there a way to make the camera, like, better? Because, I feel like the camera is just, like, the one thing right now that's making it very hard to... so you just learned the ability parry. Defensive maneuver that diminishes enemies' rage and weaknesses their next attack. Your new parry ability depletes a monster's rage. That's the little purple bar underneath the health. When their rage is full, you can do special attack. Okay. Okay, I use traditional and use the camera like I would in WoW, but I'm trying to use, like, so in WoW, I don't like the camera being locked like this. You see how it turns around? Like, if I'm like this and I want to go forward or like backwards, I should just hit my left and right button and it should go that way, but it doesn't. That's what I'm trying to like figure out. Black, what are you playing? What are you even playing? Have you thought about other genres besides MMORPG? Maybe some survival craft? I bet you enjoy Someone's Human. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the survival genre personally. That is probably what I need. The recenter when moving. Wait, why does it do that? See, I hate how it does that. That's like the most annoying shit to me. See, like, okay, hold on. I feel like as soon as I figure this out, it'll be way better for me. But, auto rotate to face, enemy. I feel like it's just a camera thing. Like the camera is just locked. And I can't, WoW does the same thing. If I put my camera behind me and walk forward, yes, it does do that by default, but you can turn that off. Like, again, I played WoW for a long time. Like, I know how the camera works in that one. It's just a setting that you can turn off. So you can strafe and not turn. Then that's going to be something for me that that's going to be really hard. Okay. All right. So I killed a bunch of shit already. Okay. Equip. Moldy shoes cannot be used. You need at least one skill in psychology. Okay. Is something attacking me? Berry corpse? Compassion skill? Interesting. All right. So what do I need to do? Okay. If I go up here, I will say this. The controls are, like, for me, oh my God, are beyond frustrating. That I will say right off rip. All right, you leveled up to 2 in swords. Okay. Eight. Compassion. That's so funny. So like, whoa, whoa. The hell? Wow. I thought I almost died there. Take a scroll. Share and chat. More info. Okay. Moldy gloves. Okay. They have specific buttons for strafing. Just change your left and right arrow, the strafe instead of turn. Okay. There's a quest you walk by. There's no quest markers in this game. Of course there isn't. Apparently that's like the new hotness, right? It's like if you're gonna make an MMO, God forbid you ever put a marker in there because we don't like that shit. Is it up here maybe? You cannot pick up, oh, drop other players. Okay. I didn't see a quest. Right? I mean, is it anything obvious? I don't see anything that I feel like I skipped. I was getting 250 frames too. That's why. It's something with the ping maybe. Oh, this like it was made in old AI mods. I was trying out some of the latest Frontier AI models for the past few days, and it's pretty crazy how fast you can get stuff coded and it just works. Oh yeah, I know. Like, I mean, AI I think is going to help tremendously in making people make games. Like honestly, like I want to try to make my own game. Like I want to make like an RPG style game. I would love to see like how that was like, you know, with the help of AI, right? Just to see like how that would work. Let's see. Old wood chips. It makes everyone attractive. It's just, it kind of sucks for me because it's like I'm so used to like moving this way from like World of Warcraft. And I've been able to like move the way I move for forever. Welcome, student. Lovely weather we are having today, isn't it? Oh, you seem a bit lost. Perhaps you would like some guidance? Yes, please. There are 3 others on the lines that you might want to seek out. The first is an elven man back the way you came, right up the hill from the dock. He doesn't seem to leave his home very often. Hurry, let me mark him on your map. A new pin has been on your map. You can okay. Who are the others? There's a woman on the northeastern part of the island. She mostly keeps to herself. Do you see that big tower to the east of here? There's a teacher performing his usual studies in there. You may be able to answer any of the questions you may have. Okay. Thanks, Golem. The heck? Brother. No, dude, it's like it auto attacks like a target from like way the fuck over here. Dude, so the whole strafing thing is not going to help me, guys. Like, I'm going to tell you that right now. I have never, ever strafed in a game. And people can look at me and be like, wow, Vladis plays MMOs for 20 years and never strafed. No, I've always moved the way I move. Like how you've seen me move in the other games is how I moved forever. Try to kinfall and it's kind of mid. There's a marker on the map. Okay. There we go. Okay, can I get up? Oh, power. Oh, I guess I have to. All right. What server am I on? I'm on the original server. Vladis, or anyone else thoughts on the Epitome MMO? I have no thoughts on that game currently. All right. You're the corpse they tossed on the beach. I guess you weren't dead. Well, welcome to Hell Island. There's no way off this island. You'll soon die like the others. Nice house you got here. Oh, this whole thing? Well, this bed is mine. You can sleep on the porch. The skeletons will come up here. You'll be safe. Who are you? I think my name is Rigger. That's what a crone once called me. They stole my memories, ripped them from my head, my skills too. I mean, I can barely read them. I can barely read now. I assume I knew a lot of things. I know nothing. Do you know who you are? It's all hazy. The crones call you Vladis. When they tossed you here, one of them says you might be a prodigy, but well, a prodigy wouldn't be here in a mind blanked, wouldn't they? Let me see. What's a prodigy? Wow, your mind went deep, didn't it? Poor bastard. A prodigy is someone born with one of 4 gifts. Things like super learning or amazing physical strength. Don't worry about it. You aren't one. Who are the crones you mentioned? Just some crones that came by every month or two. They'll leave a few bodies in the sand. Sometimes they leave food and supplies, but not very often. What's a crone? They're a race of people like elves or humans, but uglier. They stink pretty bad and like to crackle. That's all I know. No idea. I mean, they would want to kill people and they just throw them into the sea and then carefully row ashore and then dump the people on the beach. I guess it was a while ago. A month ago, maybe. Sure, just swim to Sorbet. It's only a few miles. Wait, you look optimistic. That was a joke. You can't swim to Sorbet if you extreme currents didn't kill you. The devil sharks would. No, you're stuck here. Okay, I felt like that was like a waste. Do I still have to talk to him? I felt like that didn't really answer much of anything. Like, no. As you start to read, Rigger stops you. Dude, the controls in this game are terrible. Is there anything I have to do? Like, okay. It says cheer up Rigger. So I gotta cheer him up. I did. I have no idea. I didn't know that was you that I saw you were jailed in the past for fraud, and that's all I need to see. I hopped into AOC late, but I put 600 hours in. Now my second MMO was lost to since Wildstar died. Props to you trying new worlds and still and being resilient to us viewers, no pun intended. Yeah, man, it's hard, man. We're all struggling to find something that we're all gonna like and we're all going to like enjoy, right? I think having not only the game in but in the conjunction with our hope for the game, that was like a powerful combination to a lot of us. So he needs a potion from you from another quest, the guy in the lighthouse. Okay. bro, this game is going to be really hard for me because like movement is something you have to do. And I feel like if I can't move the way like I'm used to, it's going to make shit like really hard. Okay. See, I can't do that either. Okay, so that's not gonna feel good. Action, just try that. See, I think action is probably gonna be the way I gotta do it for me. Because then it's just the camera's just locked in whatever way my character's facing. I'm not used to this either, but this is better than what the other one was. All right, you just learned the ability Many Cuts, a flurry of attacks that leave the enemy disoriented and disheveled. Summon your body's last reserves of power in an emergency. Dig deep. Okay. Let's see. All right, so this is probably the one with the northeast, right? So we have this area here probably to go watch and this one over here. So yeah, the movement feels really awful. Movement, camera controls, combat, you know, I don't mind floaty combat, but the combat feels very unimpactful and what's this? Why is this glowing? Okay. I don't have permission to loot that? AOC refugee camp is AAC. Yeah, I know. I pretty much went Arcade Classic first day and I had a really fun time, to be honest. What's the biggest criticism for Lost Ark? Is it pay to win? Yes. 100%. That once you basically get to endgame, if you're not gonna use your wallet, then there's not a point in continuing to play Lost Ark, basically. Which, you know, for me, I don't care for shit like that. That's just not my cup of tea. Check controls in advance. Try on check recenter when moving. I did do that, and it didn't work. Like the camera still did whatever it did. I feel like right now is fine. Okay, past it. So there should be a hag. Or it's a strange platform. Okay. Strange device is clearly not working in order, but it was probably once was pretty cool. Oh. There we go. All right, so there should be something to the northeast, it said. Gear matters more than levels. Okay. Give it 2 hours before deciding and do not prepare, and right when you think there's nothing to do, you'll find out. All right. See, Psycho, no worry, but like I said, being frustrated sometimes like is a part of like what devs need to understand a player goes through, right? I don't know if a dev would be watching me play Project Gorgon, but I didn't think a dev would be watching me play Pantheon. But as someone who loves MMOs, I just don't think it's a good idea to make players aggravated as soon as they log into your project. They want to be excited when they log in, you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times players, by being frustrated like the way I am, it's not a good thing for, like, how do I touch this? Like, I'm left clicking, right clicking. Okay. No, combat is always top importance to me. I could care less about graphics and grind, but if the combat feels off, I don't know how it's still melee and Quinfall. Yeah, combat, like I said, is very important. Like, I'm not saying that it's not important. It is very, very important. But I feel like whenever, especially like when you're level 1, right? I don't think combat is as drastically important as it is to be like properly introduced to the game. And again, there are some devs that like, you know, oh, I like for them to not know what they're doing. I like for them to struggle, and I like for them to, you know, not be able to figure it out. But in my opinion, I feel like that's like the sake of confusion for the sake of being confused. Like, in my mind, there's no reason to be, there shouldn't be any reason to be confused for the game. My thing is that you should either, like, if you have good systems, right? Like, if you have a good narrative, if you have good questing, or if you have good gathering, or if you have good combat, like, why not showcase that? Like, why not say like, hey, look, these are these things to that we have in our game that are really good. But if if all they're doing is being frustrated by a camera movement, by not knowing what to do next, they can't get introduced to combat. They can't get introduced to anything. And all you're going to have is people saying, well, I guess you didn't figure it out. You're not smart enough. You know, I guess this game wasn't for you. Well, no, it could have been for them. It's just there wasn't anything. Yeah, they need to hook you before you feel lost. Exactly. Like, and if you can't hook like an average player, then the game is going to be insanely niche. You know what I mean? And as much as a player thinks, oh, well, I'm playing a niche game, you know, I'm a cool person because I play a niche game. As a developer and as people that make games for long periods of time, like years, I don't think a gamer or like a gaming company wants to release a full game that took them 5+ years to make to 300 people. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I don't think that was ever the goal. So like, you know, and this is the whole problem that Ashes people had, right? Is that we need casuals, you know, this take a shit. It doesn't feel like WoW, go play WoW. It's not about World of Warcraft. This isn't about like World of Warcraft specifically. This is about having a game, you know, and if this game here has good things about it, it should lead me towards doing those things, right? Like, that's all I'm saying. And right now, like, there's a couple of things that are hindering me from that. I'm still trying to figure shit out. I'm still trying to see how I can understand like the systems or whatever. I just don't think a lot of people are going to do that. Like, I'm being honest, like most people, you know, it takes them 5, maybe 20 minutes at most to figure out if, you know, this is a game that they could play. Let me see. You said I moved like this since WoW. Yes, the way I moved in combat, and again, the way WoW's combat, or the way WoW's camera works, it works that way in Guild Wars 2. It works that way in Final Fantasy 14. It works that way in ESO. It works that way in Ashes of Creation. It worked that way in SWTOR. Like, the way I've been able to move this way in multiple different MMOs. So this isn't just a Warcraft thing. Like, this is just like, I feel like a standard way you would move a character in an MMORPG. So I don't think it's, like I said, I don't think it's a WoW thing. I just think it's almost like an industry standard thing. Hell, it worked that way in New World. Like when I tried New World out, like, it's like that, Yeah, it's like that in a lot of games. You see, big ambitious forever games are done with, hence AAA suffering. Gamers shift to finishable good games or more niche online service games without all the paywall cosmetics. When I think I think that's what a lot of the draw is from, right? The fact that you hear a clear monotone voice in your head. Third digit of coordinate is 1. You might want to write this stuff down to your notepad and find it by pressing. Is there a notepad? Wait, how do I find it by pressing the quest button on the right? I don't know if there's like a notepad. Oh, I don't know. It was like a notepad. Third digit of coordinate is 1. Oh. Okay. Notepad is in your quest. So if I hit L, okay, got it. Thank you for that. Oh, what is different about the way you move right now? So I had to put it in action mode. So usually, like, I like to like do this. Like, I like to like move around and jump the way I'm doing right now. But the way it had it before was in traditional, which, you know, if I see how the camera turns. So usually how I move in WoW is I left click like the way I'm doing right now. And then once I hit right click, if I'm looking at this building, I just hit right click and it should go towards that building. It does not do that. The camera auto adjusts back to where my character is facing. And that's what I'm not used to, because that's usually a setting in the game where you can turn it off. The hell? The quests are not tough, but to be honest, you won't be doing quests. You'll be exploring and in the meantime fulfilling quests along the way. Best quest ever and humor. That's what I mean. You can turn off auto adjust camera. Where is that? That's what I'm literally trying to find that. Am I just not finding it in the correct area? Because I'm looking under controls. That's the auto recenter. Recenter while moving. So I disabled that. It doesn't do that. See how it flips around? I should be, if I'm looking backwards, my character should just go backwards while still looking at here. And it doesn't do that. That's what I'm not used to. Tried this game, the movement and camera made me seasick. That's what I mean. Like, I feel like the default camera settings are trash. Like, I don't like them. And I'm literally trying to figure out like how to get rid of it. Maybe this. See, it still flips my camera around. It's just, I don't know. Like this, if I put it back to action mode, it just that, at least it fixes it for me. It makes it feel better than what it was. I really like it the exact way Ashes was as default. Yeah, me too. And a lot of MMOs are like that. You know what I mean? It's not just Ashes. Like a lot of MMOs are defaulted pretty well. Okay. So I'm trying to find the old crone. So once it was on the northeast side, so it has to feel somewhere there. There has to be something up there. Strange chest. Locked via some mechanism. Okay. Nothing seems to happen. Nothing seems to happen. Seems to happen. Interesting. Okay. Clicked it too many times. Did I click it too many times? Like, I feel like because I'm in action mode, it's hard for me to freaking... Okay. So it's southern. Just move on. Okay. I'm just trying to figure out like what I should do. 3 health, 3 armor, 1 power. It's just a pattern game. Yeah, I know it's a puzzle. I feel like because of the action mode, like it's hard for me to know if I'm doing it correctly, because I feel like if I go to the southern pedestal, there we go, 1. So then maybe if I go up here, is that it? Did it work? See, I feel like it's the action mode. Maybe I'm... Yeah, I'm trying not to double click. I'm not even double clicking. It's just the action mode that makes it hard. It's really sensitive. Okay, come over here. Is that it? There we go. You collect items. Just go foodstuffs. Okay, perfect. There we go. All right, so the old crone, one of them was in the northeast side, so let's just try to go over there. I think it's server lag. Possibly. What the? Oh, you're just gonna run away from me? Okay. Yeah, what makes this game special just looks like another ancient MMO. Well, the fact that it kind of allows you to... It forces you to read. It doesn't hold your hand. And it wants you to figure out stuff. So that's what makes this MMO, I guess, different. Okay, so this is a statue. I leveled up lore to 1. Lead other accounts for this research, not only possible. Let me see. Heed his words. Young prodigies research his power. I was like to lead, not to read. Excuse me. Okay. Just trying to see where I'm. See, I'm not on the northeast side anymore. I feel. Maybe just go down the middle. Let me see what's there. Use the skill in both raw and you gain XP for both. Like, what do you mean? It's nostalgic. That's the sell for people who played EQ. Yeah, I can see where, you know, again, a lot of the old heads, right, that have played like maybe Ultima or EverQuest can look at a game like this. See anything? Oh. You leave. Interesting. Whoop. Learn teleportation? You just learn bind circle, ties your soul to particular teleportation circles, you return via. Cool. It's just, I don't know, like this game is so hard to move, personally. Is there nothing to do up here? I've done the demo island games that have interesting mechanics, but it's so undercooked movement and combat. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you definitely feel that. It's crazy how they said that this is in a 1.0, right? They said they launched this already. I'm just sort of thinking like, oof, I wonder what this game looked like before. You know? Good life skills also. I don't know, like instructions for rat taming. You've just learned to charm rat. Befriend a rat. The rat will fight alongside as you user remain in the patch neutral home zone. Requires a cheese. Interesting. Clownfish. Empty bottle. It is a very small team. I think it looks shitty. I actually, I think it's set to more graphics and it just makes it look shittier. It was a dev team of 1 for years, and now there's like 5. Okay. Our collection is like 6 to 7 devs. Okay. Yeah, I think for me, like, this game would not have the kind of appeal like I'm looking for, like, in a game. And what's so crazy is I didn't even say that about Pantheon. But I knew this week with some of the MMOs that I was going to try, like I did look up some trailers and just to see like what it is I'm going to be kind of getting myself into. And I knew I thought there was going to be a lot of them that I was just going to like, guys, like, I don't know about this one. Yeah, I thought Pantheon looked more polished, but after your stream, my opinion is very cold. Yeah, I mean, like I said, like, I think Pantheon, you know, needs more love, you know what I mean, towards it. And I think they're doing that. There's like apparently this big spring update that that they're kind of working towards right now. So I just want to see what that's going to be like. How much devs do you think is needed a minimum for a good MMO? Well, it depends on how ambitious the MMO is, right? Like if we're talking about like a traditional WoW clone, I'd say by this point maybe 100, and that will still set you back definitely like years. 30 minutes plays, no RMT, no bots. Well, yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think it always sucks when you're trying to play a game and you feel like RMT is like the thing that's like keeping you from. Okay, I think I'm gonna die. Is it? How, okay. Isn't there like food? Like I could have sworn there was like. I thought I had food. Oh, here we go. See how it comes down to how good your coders are, to be honest. Monsters members is like 12 people and it's huge. Yeah, like I said, like I think it really just comes down to like how ambitious the project is. And I think if you have like really, really good people and you allow them to work and do the job they set out to do, I think some devs can really fucking cook, personally. Mound of dirt. David, thank you so much for the follow, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Or for the sub, for becoming a member on YouTube. Sorry. I feel like I'm gonna die. Ooh, level 2 dying. Killed by a spider. Intercepting death, please wait. Okay. Try to Apogea. Yeah, Scars of Honor, I was talking to Roar about that. I actually might try that next week. So I think next week I'm gonna play Arcade Classic again on Monday, Pantheon on Tuesday along with the dev discussion, and Wednesday I probably will try out wait, Scars of Honor isn't even out yet, is it? I could have sworn that Scars of Honor was not out yet. I think it's coming. Yeah, I think it's coming, but yeah, I'm excited to try it. Like I saw some footage of that and I'm like, oh, well, it looks interesting, you know. Will Quinfall be one of those MMOs? Yeah, Quinfall's tomorrow. I'll be going into the launch of Quinfall tomorrow. So we'll be diving into the world of Quinfall and seeing what that's all about. And because I don't know what stuff they currently have in there now, but their 1.0 launch version is happening on Friday. So there might be a lot of updates, there might be bugs, there might be problems, you know, there might be a bunch of shit, right? We always know what happens at launches, right? So, but we'll see what happens. You know, I mean, maybe, you know, we'll look at the combat, we'll look at some of the other stuff, we'll look at, you know, can I chop a tree? You know, can I mine a rock? You know, stuff like that. How good is the combat? Is there like an actual combat system? Is there like a talent tree? You know what I mean? Run speed looks insane in flashes or PvP in this. I don't know. Yeah, the jumping is very like the movement feels very weird. Is what I'll say. Movement feels very off to me. First digit of the coordinate 6. Okay, okay, okay. Jesus, another spider? Ooh, wind strike. Okay. What did it say? Oh. First digit of coordinate is 6. Okay. So first is 6, third is first. So there has to be another. I would assume it's probably down south. Just play Albion. You know, that's actually a good point. I've never played Albion. Albion would be something interesting to try. Let me see. Hey, buddy. Hope you're having a great day. How do you like the game so far? Just my normal 14 for me tonight. Yeah, no, I think the game right now, it's not my cup of tea. It's not something that I think I would gravitate to. Ooh, there's another pillar right there. Ashes has definitely changed a lot. It is third digit is 1. Okay, so I found that one. The heck? What the fuck is happening? Okay. Bind circle. Ties your soul to a particular teleportation, so if you return, earns 100% first time bonus. You complete this first time. Okay, so I already have the ingredients. How it works is you have 2 bars. Your top primary skills right now is sword, and your second is unarmed. You can change them with other skills. Okay. Check out Doofus. What is Doofus? I've heard people tell me that before. I very floaty this game. Oh yeah, super floaty. Like it feels like you're on the moon floaty. Like look at your jump. A door? Butcher corpse? Interesting. What? Okay. Logbook. Earlier entries are faded to doom soon. Each entry is initialed E. Okay. Excuse me. What's bad is people that felt that didn't have an MMO went to Ashes, but what's worse is that Ashes set bar higher, and it was only at a decent stage of development. Yeah, well, I mean, Ashes sadly will never have the development it should have, which, you know, makes everybody fucking super sad. Welcome visitor here. Access to Crackle artifacts and restrict Crackle. Authorization can be obtained by if anytime you need assistance. Okay. Um. Cool. This is bringing back early 2000s vibes. Yeah, I mean, this is definitely definitely old school in nature. Okay. Almost feel like I'm playing like like Legend of Zelda, like in a sense, you know, with like the puzzles and stuff like that, like having to figure shit out. Whereas human children are often taught this simple mnemonic: 20 godlings in the ground, 20 more in the air, 1 killed in demon fire, 2 were banished in the mare. Okay. Yeah, after Ashes, a lot of us feel lost searching for the next MMO. It's gonna be a tough year. Yeah, this is gonna be a rough year, man. Like it is. It's gonna feel like I said, it's what I said yesterday on my stream. Is like this is definitely a transition period, like 100%. And transition periods, you know, for the most part, are never cool, right? What? Interesting. Agreed. It's not something we have been used to, but we had Asher for so many years, so it feels different. Well, yeah, man. That's like I was telling my wife. Like I met my wife in 2019. I met her, and I started following Ashes the following year in 2020, July of 2020. So like I feel like the entire time I've known my wife, like we've been married, we have kids, is the entire time I've been following Ashes of Creation. So it feels weird because of just how long okay. Oh, that's just another player. Shanesfield. Okay. I was just on the average server, just walking around, taking in the sights. Man, this sucks. Yeah, I think a lot of people have been like just going in the game and, you know, I can't honestly like I can't go in. I honestly the last time that I went in the game was when I said goodbye to my graveyard golem and I walked out. Like that's literally the last time I played. Do my game PC, I bought it just for Ashes. Bro, the same. If you guys not remember in phase 1, I couldn't even play Ashes of Creation on my old computer. I had to buy a new one. And it was you guys that actually helped me buy my new one. And so yeah, it's, you know, I get that, man. Blame Steven's incompetence. If he didn't protest, we would still have a game. I mean, hindsight's always 2020, right? I don't think he wanted to let go of 100 people, and I think because he's had creative control and he has, you know, control throughout the entire time. I think the fact that, you know, the board was trying to strong arm him, you know, I don't think he liked that. So yeah, I mean, it sucks like all around. Oh God, that's a lot of damage. Jesus. Firing 100 jets is also not having a game. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, oh, this is it. The 4th. I don't even know what this even means. So I need to find number 2. So the 1st, the 3rd, and the 4th, but I need to find number 2. I mean, the thing was that, like, Ashes had such a great skeleton, and the features that we had coming, the thing that devs were working on, like PvP, more PvE quests, like better, more polished systems, fixing sports fishing. Like there was so much shit that we were going to get, and it's just all gone. Like all of it's just poof. Like, and people were telling me like, oh, there's going to be a private server. And I'm like, people keep sending me like stuff about private server. And I'm like, if we think about it for like a couple of seconds, like, you mean to tell me they're going to try to do a private server when not only do the devs that got, illegally let go have lawyers, Steven has lawyers, the board has lawyers, who would be foolish to try to make a private server of Ashes of Creation right now, given its current climate? Like, it would be a terrible decision to make a private server and to try to play Ashes of Creation, illegally, when technically we don't even have the rights to it. Like, and they have their lawyers out. Like, that's the other thing. Like, I don't know. It's just, it something seems off. Ooh. Consume porridge. Okay. Who are you? Oh, wait, is it the second one? Yes! Thank God. Maybe there's a 5th one too. I don't even know. Second digit of coordinate is 9. So it's 6918. Yeah, everyone got their guns out. Exactly. It would just be foolish. Like, maybe later, like a year or 2 from now, once shit's potentially calmed down. Build combinations are crazy. Humor is weird and love it. Yeah, I would just say for me, like, I don't think this game has captured me just yet, to be honest. And I don't know if it will. Like, it's not even really the graphics for me. It's just the desired gameplay loop. Like, I don't know what I'm meant to do. Like, I don't know. Like, it feels really weird. I do a lot of supportive hacking, and during Alpha 1 did a lot of hacking of the game and sent a lot of reports, oddly, for the framework. Sorry, 1 second. That quest notepad is pretty dope addition. Private servers will be rough with the network infrastructure. Oh yeah, 100%. Like, the whole, this isn't traditional, or Ash doesn't have the traditional networking layer that a lot of other MMOs do. I mean, it has like the whole server meshing architecture. So if, like, as a dev that has not developed that, like, that's going to be a really hard time to get into that. Let me see if they haven't transitioned to that new networking system that they were using. They may still be using that, and if so, there wouldn't be much a board can do that would pack should be available still. Yeah, like I said, there's just so much, man. Like, it just sucks, dude. It's like I get so depressed talking about it. That's why I'm just trying to play other games and just, but I know it's still fresh in a lot of people's minds, right? And the majority of my audience are Ashes people. So it's just, you know, it is what it is. You see, I keep trying to tell everybody to, if you love Ashes, play Arc Lord with its private servers. A lot of Ashes ideas are from that game. Arc Lord lets real people be the lord of the world. Private server will definitely have that second continent. Potentially, maybe. I don't know. Gorgon is fun, but horribly dosed. Not hold your hand. Did you talk to the guy in the tower? I did. Like, I feel like I've talked to like everyone. He wanted to build a Ferrari before they made Wheel of Time. Okay, I feel like I'm gonna die again. What? I didn't level my death. Come on. There's so many things I want from Gorgon and Ashes. Gorgon has player buy orders, record clerks, notepad, some life skills. Yeah, I mean, like I said, there was a lot of stuff the devs were going to do. It's just they didn't get around to doing it all, you know? Not yet. You go back and give him the numbers. The person in the tower? Okay. Why does it do that? Okay. Ark, thank you so much for the follow, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you liking it so far? I'm not particularly enjoying myself. I'm just trying to figure it out. The combat's like very basic. It's like pretty generic. There's not that kind of feel to it, or like the combos like from Arcage. I mean, at least this game has like a map, which Pantheon didn't, and you know, it has this and stuff. But I don't know if this is particularly like my cup of tea. Or like what I personally want out of an MMO. Like for me, I love like having classes. Like I've never been a fan of having like the weapons be the class, or you know, like with this, like I feel like you just pick up like abilities, and then that's the kind of class I guess you are. I don't know. It doesn't feel like my cup of tea personally. There's a lot more in that dungeon you went into with like a bow to teach you archery and whatnot. Oh, okay. And that's what I mean. Like, I feel like a lot of that stuff is like, you know, players miss that. And again, it's like, I understand that there's some games that they want to have that thing where you know, figured it out and you were like, you know, big brain person and were able to do all the things. But I feel like a lot of people just want like a little bit of direction with some of the cool things. And it's like I said, like whether it's given direction, you know, in the game, if a player wants to, they're going to get it from somewhere else. Like they're going to watch a YouTube video, they're going to look up a guide, they're going to have something on their second monitor that's basically educating them what to do. And this is why I always like say to the people like, oh no, it shouldn't be in the game. It's like, well, guess what? It's on the internet. And because it's on the internet, the thing that you don't want them to know is already known. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the whole gatekeeping of information to me is just ridiculous. I don't know. I just think it's kind of dumb. Yes, click him again. I think you got ahead of him. Oh, I did? Okay. Honestly, probably gonna play regular RPGs until an MMO looks good and is released. I have Crimson Desert, 3, and that should last me a couple of months. Okay. Well, I wish you the best, man. Where's that tower? Oh, okay. I'm probably gonna die again. It's fine. Let me see. When I struggled, I first started working on it. I told Senna I felt like it would be the hardest thing for people to get into. It also struggled during the alphas and betas, and people were becoming gods. Are you talking about this game right here, or like which game are you talking about, Aaron? It took a while for him to really get the skill system down, and working on how he wanted to play. Aaron, are you a developer for this game? I'm just curious. Let me see. He wanted you to look at the obelisk that you already did, so you finished the next part already. Yeah, Tomac, but those are single-player games. Personally, I have no interest in single-player experiences. I like it most people. Yes, I am going to play Quinfall tomorrow. Tomorrow is Quinfall Day. Have you considered playing single-player refugees for... I might. I mean, it just depends. Like, my resort was if I didn't find an MMO that I wanted to continue in, then I would have, see, I don't know why it does that. What is it doing? Bro. This is so frustrating. It's still going forward. Like, what are you doing? Oh my God. Yeah, Gorgon, I'm one of the coders on it. Oh, okay. Awesome, man. Well, I have some things to say. And it might be something that, you know, because coming from Ashes of Creation, you know, our community used to say, well, you know, this game isn't for you a lot. And I really hate that statement personally. Because I think MMOs, you know, should be for MMO players, but I get, you know, there's certain things that, what just happened? You know, a lot of people that I've talked to that are in my guild, like my guild leader actually plays a shit out of Gorgon. He has like 1,000 hours in it. So, excuse me. No, hey, but what's so good about Quinfall? I looked at it. It doesn't look too amazing. I haven't really looked at it too much either. But I'm going to give it a try for its 1.0 launch and see what it is. Oh, what the fuck are the numbers? Hold on. There we go. So first 6 9 1 8. Confidence, right corner to do it. Okay, there we go. But yeah, I just feel like with this game, like it's I think this game is going to be for a severely niche audience. And you guys might say, you know, because it's a very small team, like, oh, that's fine. Like we don't want to appeal to a massive audience. But my whole thing is like, well, why not? You know what I mean? Like in a certain way. Like, not saying that I want this to be like a freaking theme park game or whatever, right? But I feel like the one thing that y'all need to work on, like, is movement and having like the like better movement. Movement's super floaty. And yeah, it's funny because someone was like, I rarely see you in, and when I do, you're testing something. Oh, why don't you play more? And I'm like, I love working on it, but it's not my type of MMO. Really? That's funny. So you love working in it, but it's just not your kind of MMO. Okay. So you're basically like me. Let me see. I suppose it would be been a boyfriend. I suppose it would have. Wait, what? I remember you talking about your special friend. Oh yes, that was years ago. It was like, suppose, thanks for your help. Goodbye. Okay, so is that it? Like, okay. But yeah, I think the movement and having almost like to where I can move without the camera lock, because I feel like the traditional, like the way it's defaulted for you to move, that does not feel good personally. Oh, guess I died. I feel like the camera, that needs to be priority numero uno in my mind. Because it just needs to feel like every other modern game, like when it comes to like just playing the character. But yeah, Whetstone, dude, what's going on, man? It's been yeah, show them what you mean. So yeah, so like this is what I mean. So what is it on traditional? I forgot what all the stuff was there. So like, you know, so you see this, like I'm doing this with my mouse, as you can see. If I'm just doing the mouse, I left click and then I right click, and you see how my character, because it's looking this way, it should be heading to this rock here. Like if I were to go and play like WoW or whatever, like let me just do this real fast. I'll show you in Ashes. I'll actually boot up Ashes, sadly, or maybe servers are down or whatever. I love coding and doing design work, but I'm a big PvPer, and yeah, I get what you say about movement. I had it changed when I did the combat overhaul, and Sydney wanted it the way it was. He said he wanted to feel like classic MMOs. Ooh. I just don't know if that's going to appeal to. Again, it's like, I understand like the whole nostalgia of like what it is, but there were just certain things mechanically that I think are just not good. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm not. I'm loading it up to show them the movement. I want to show what I'm talking about when it comes to like movement and like what I want from it, because I feel like the way the movement was done in Gorgon, it's just I don't have my WoW subscription right now. It's expired, so like I'm just trying to, instead of just talking about what I mean, I'm just going to show you what I mean when it comes to movement. Because the camera kind of just locks you in place in Gorgon, and I want to have the free motion and do what like I want to do when it comes to like moving my player character. All right. I can't believe the servers are still up. This is just so wild that the servers are still up. All right, so let's go in here and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This feels really weird. Oh yeah, I'm all about modernization. I've had friends ask why I still play EQ, and I tell them for my old school fix. In a modern game, though, I want modern feel. Yeah, but I feel like in old school games, it's nice to have a modern feel in an old game. So like, okay, like as an example, if I turn my character around, see that? That's all I want. I turn my character's backwards. I want to go over here. I go that way. And if I go here and I go to, I don't forgot where, maybe it's, I feel like, it has to be here somewhere. Camera right here. Or does it just work that way by default? Because I know in WoW, like your camera does actually move that way. the way it does in Gorgon, but you can turn it off. Like you can turn off the lock for camera. Yeah, it's that way by default on Ashes. Yeah, exactly. Like it's just you move. Like I'm literally moving right now just with my right hand. I turn around, go like this. I do all that. Like, and that's all I want. Like I just want this modern movement right here when it comes to camera. So, all right, I'm going to log out because this is, it's too much. It's too much. But you get what I'm saying? Like, I just think that that's, not a hard ask. Yeah, I gotcha. That's how I had it set up originally. I was going to ask him about it again and see if he's cool with me making it an option because I get hung, going between games if I test too long. Yeah. And that's what I mean. Like, if you want it the way, like if he wants it the way he wants it by default, awesome, whatever. I just want to be able to find it in the options to make it the way I want, you know? And right now I don't want to play in action mode, but I have no choice because it feels the most like what I am used to. Does that make sense? Cause I am not an action mode person for sure. Anvil Empire's next playtest in 15 days. Oh, interesting. Interesting. All right, let's log back in. Excuse me. Okay. See, now I'm back to this stuff. It's just so annoying. So I got to put it back into action mode. And now I can kind of do what I wanted to do. All right. So now that I learned that location, like, do I have to cheer up Rigger now? Like, is there a way that I can cheer that guy up? Wait, this is going back to the tower. Yeah, I get you. We'll ping him about it. C1 and an option. Yeah, and like I said, I think a lot of players will, you know, and again, because this probably won't be a thing on by default, that's going to make players having, because I think, again, most players that play an MMO, go in and hitting escape and go into your settings is pretty normal for the most part, right? You just want to see like, oh, I want this on, want this off, change your graphical settings, change your sounds, all that stuff. Like, we get that. But I feel like movement is such a critical thing because that's something you're interfacing with your character literally all the time. And if the movement, you know, doesn't feel good, you know, or they can't get the movement to feel the way they want to, like that's going to be rough for people. You know what I'm saying? I still have faith Ashes will return because I did the math on the potential tax write-off of the debt, and in California it would be absolutely brutal. They'd barely get anything from writing it off. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't even know all of the legalese of it all, and I truly hope Ashes could make a return someday, but I just think in the way everything went down, I don't think we'll ever get Ashes the way it was originally going to be intended, because the devs aren't there no more. You know what I'm saying? Like there's not a scenario that I see Steven coming back, all the devs coming back, and then just continuing to work like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? Like everything's changed. Everything's changed. So it's just, you know, everybody's kind of scrambling right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be rough. Oh. So I feel like I can't, I don't know what I need. Apparently I need another quest to like help him with something, but is that all I have to do left? So oh shoot. Okay, dude. I get it. Okay. Yes, make him a potion. I don't know how to make him a potion. Um, give Rigger a gift. But how do I give him something? Do I have something in my inventory that I can give him? Or goblin orders? Goblinese? Oh my god. Broken necklace. Moldy. Oh my god. Okay, I need to get to a better spot. Press C. Okay, give me a second. Okay, hold on. Let me press C. Basic spore bomb. Oh, it should happen just like it did with AOC. So much shit was brutal to hear about. We just showed up one day and was told it was over and it never released. I hope that doesn't happen with AOC. I mean, I hope so too. But I don't see a world that where, you know, we could have Ashes of Creation. Like, I don't know. Okay, so how do I trade him something or give him something? Trade was at the top of the last menu. When you make it, it will unlock a dialogue. Okay, so I have to make something specific. I think it'd be sold for a few million in pieces. AOC is worth nothing. Yeah, I feel like AOC, to be honest with you, I think that's what's going to be selling, to be honest. I think, again, you have to understand these people that probably own Intrepid, I don't think they care about the game at this point. You know what I'm saying? I think they literally, if they want to sell it in parts and there's going to be people to accept, like, hey, we just want all the assets, like give us all the assets you have, that's what they're going to do. Like, they're not going to care, you know. That's what the latest word is. I have a feeling they may try to write it off and realize that it won't get as much for them in California and sell it because it'd be terrible for it to be tossed. Oh yeah, 100%. They only care about their ROI. Yeah, I mean, like I said, to them, they're not passionate about this. It just got initially they wanted just their money back, right? Like anything else, like okay, we don't get our money back, but we have this thing that's worth X amount to people, you know, and they're just going to sell it. If they can sell it as is and get the most amount of money on there, then they'll do that. If they can sell it more by, oh, we're going to sell the, you know, our fucking IntrepidNet code or like the whole server meshing shit, and then we're going to sell off all of our assets. We'll sell off, like, you know, whatever, I don't know, just bits and pieces of it. They'll fucking do whatever. Like, it's not a big deal to them, which is crazy because Steven will try to get investors that liked video games. I think Steven got investors that had money. I don't think he purposely got investors that liked games. I think he got people that he thought he could trust, and just like anything else, you know, maybe that trust got betrayed, you know, which is a shame. Steven has been building this for 10 years. The project probably already absorbed a good, I would assume this project probably cost him over $100 million. Like, easy. Like I would say it would probably anywhere between 80 to 100 million. Let me see. Emulator though, in the end, community will find its own MMO. If all Western companies fail, potentially. Easily over 100 million. Yeah, I mean, I can see it. The Static Machine Notepad will sell for a lot. Games are always looking for how to do that. Intrepid did it without layering / sharding. Well, but they didn't do it perfectly. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing. Like, they didn't do it perfectly. There was still a lot of things they needed to work out with server meshing and the whole backend infrastructure. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna log out. Like I don't have it in me. I'm so sorry, Aaron. I really don't think that Project Gorgon was going to be a game that I was going to like. But yeah, I think 100 million was probably going to be around the docket of what, you know, of what Intrepid wanted to, or what Steven was collateralizing his assets for, basically. So maybe worth a few million in the current project, but I wouldn't be surprised if they up the price to recoup money that they lost with the entire code is worth a lot. Well, I mean, I would say the project as a whole, like, again, you know, and this is the thing too, like, I don't think I would play Ashes of Creation if NCSoft bought it. And then, so this is the thing. Imagine a scenario where NCSoft bought Ashes and literally tried to do everything that Steven wanted. Right? Got all 4 types of settlements, got like the racial changes, all of the shit done, better quality of life, you know, all of the, like, basically everything that we ever wanted. But it's always hinging on monetization, you know, no, pay to win, 100%. Like, and so all the systems, the game would be amazing. And then NCSoft would be like, but yes, guys, we're also going to do 2 different subscription models. There's gonna be one for $15 a month. That'll give you access to these portions of the game. But if you want the full access to Ashes of Creation, it's going to be $20 a month, you know, and you can also have a battle pass. And you can also do like, you can buy like Ashes coins from the freaking market for gold. And like, that's what NCSoft would do. That's what any Korean company would do. They would monetize the fuck out of Ashes of Creation. So it would kill me to have Ashes of Creation launch in a 1.0 by another company to then have it be bastardized by all of the heavy monetizational practices that every Korean company does. And I just can't, I could not play that game. I could not play Ashes in a 1.0 state with all of that heavy monetization. I couldn't do it. I'd buy more bag slots. Do you count employees pay as investment to the game, or only what was spent on the game? I don't know if employees did that. I don't know. I was only counting on what Steven was putting up as collateral and like going to bank loans, or, you know, ended up getting like all the private, you know, investors and stuff like that, like this board. That's what I was mostly referring to. Let me see. Same Korean MMOs were good 20 years ago. Well, yeah, because 20 years ago, monetization wasn't anything like this. It was 2006. Monetization didn't start happening in like non-online games until what, 2009, almost 2010. That's like when everything started happening. If just the servers were 8,000 or 800,000 a month. Oh, I'm playing Soulframe, not an MMO, best game ever, and Vanguard, best MMO ever, but unfortunately servers closed in 2011, and all that's left is an emulator run by former devs. Oh, okay, interesting. Vanguard. I've never even heard of Vanguard. Again, there's just so many MMOs that I feel like I missed out on because I was just so entrenched in World of Warcraft. You know what I'm saying? $15 subs became unable to sustain AAA MMORPGs at some point. I would say that's not entirely true. I think it totally like became profitable for them. The problem became the greed that associated with like how much money they can squeeze. At first, gaming, the whole subscription model when it came to like MMOs was they didn't know if there was going to be something that could stick with the mainstream audience. Like paying for a game monthly, like that was not something that people did back then. And again, I think people now, dude, they'll pay for subscription, they'll pay for in-store cosmetics, they'll pay for pay to win, they'll pay for pay to convenience. So once the gaming companies like figured out, oh shit, players are more than willing to give up more money if we ask them for it. And that's exactly what the fuck happened. So it to me, it's not anything like oh, like $15 can't sustain AAA companies. Dude, AAA companies are like, dude, they already have all their talent like right off rip. Like day one of a new project, they'll go and start doing it. Like I think AAA companies can definitely sustain off of $20 or $15 a month for sure. Now, could a startup? That's a different question. That is an entirely different question entirely, because can a startup like Intrepid survive just off $15 a month? That was always $1 million question to me. You kidding me, man? Ashes needs to die. It's a scam game. No normal person would return to it. I disagree that Ashes of Creation is a scam. I think if what happened with early access, the whole, again, I watched Cybeck's video about, Steven having to sell his house to potentially protect his assets. That all seems really, really, really fishy. And if that was the case, like, why was he doing that? There's so much information that we don't know. And believe me, people have lawyers ready. And I don't want to be caught like doing any kind of defamatory statements or anything like that. But all I'm saying is, I don't think Ashes of Creation was intended to be a scam. Because if you think about it, the scam, the rug pull would have been in 2017. They did their summer Kickstarter package. They got $3 million. Peace. Bye. Because that's what every other MMO company has ever done. Every other scam game quit while they were ahead. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, the reason why I think Ashes of Creation failed was because it failed due to poor management. That's why it failed. That's it. I understand the whole scam thing, the whole, I personally don't think it was ever intended to be a scam, because there were so many, dude. So even if you can bypass the 2017 rug pull that could have happened, what about the 2020 rug pull? When all of these people influxed to Ashes of Creation, like myself, millions of people, they had over 4 million registered accounts on their website. They had a lot of people buying pre-order packs. And what happened to 2021? Why didn't they rug pull then when Alpha 1 came out and people were trying to get into Alpha 1? There were so many periods of time where they literally could have rug pulled and went off scot-free, completely and utterly scot-free. Why wouldn't they have done it then? Like, if people, to all the people that have said Ashes of Creation is a scam, why didn't they do it then? Explain the rationale to me, as someone who's been here for over 6 years, why they didn't do it then, when it was actually more profitable for Steven, because he didn't have all the time invested in that yet. He was probably still more, more profitable than he is currently, because right now, again, you know what I mean? He took the fall for a lot of the financial stuff. So that to me is like what I want to know. And then having to get an upwards of almost 200 developers, where Intrepid was literally paying 100% of their benefits, medical, dental, and vision. You know how expensive that is right now? It's fucking insane. It was insane 10 years ago, mind you, because I used to work in insurance. It's even more insane now. I'm talking about Steam. Sorry, but no mercy. That was a scam move. Stop being sheep, people. And like I said, I do agree that what early accessors felt like, that felt like a scam, 100%. Because I felt like there was stuff that went on where Like, why did it turn out this way? And until we get factual court documents indicating the intent of not only Steven, but also the board members, then we'll actually know like what really happened. But until we know all of that, it's a question mark. And the thing is that the good thing about it is that if you did buy it in early access, Steam locked the funds from what we heard. So the rug pull, what rug pull at this point? Like Steam is refunding people that purchased on early access. Like the people that really got scammed was the old community like myself and the devs because of how it all happened. I don't think Steven was in charge when the Steam release happened, and even slightly before it happened. I think that was all the current board. And like I said, we won't know until we get all the official stuff. Steven can't comment on it because he already lawyered up. He can't talk about it. You know, of course, the board isn't going to come in and start talking about it either. But the fact remains that there's still a lot of unknown information. And as much as people want to be upset and want to point fingers, for me, as someone who's a content creator and has like a platform, be a very small platform, I don't want to start spreading false information just because I feel a certain way. Feeling can get you in trouble, just like how it probably did for Steven. So I don't want to say something that could get me in trouble when it could be factually untrue, is what I'm saying. Let me see. I missed much of your gameplay today. How'd you like the game of choice? Project Gorgon is not my cup of tea. I did not like today's game. And we had Aaron in chat. He was one of the developers for Project Gorgon, and bless Aaron's heart. Thank you so much for coming off. We see that's what pissed me off. I've worked professionally on MMOs for nearly 30 years, so I know they're insanely expensive. One that I worked on was spending $1 million a month on our dev servers. Yeah, like I said, it's super freaking expensive. Super expensive. And this is why I chose to back Ashes and Intrepid, because just like any startup, they always need capital, always. And, you know, for me, people have talked to me about it and said like, oh, Vlad, like, you know, do you feel like scammed out of, and no, I don't, not at all. Because I knew there was always a possibility of my money just being poofed. Gone. Because again, like I told you, my friends, like, you know what I mean? A lot of my friends of friends supported my people that wanted to do their entrepreneurship, setting up their own stores and everything like that. And all of them failed. You know what I'm saying? And the thing was that most scams, like true fucking scams, go look at those games, dude. Go look at Perfect World. Go look at Chronicles of Valeria. Go look at all of the actual scams that truly rug pulled, that truly tried to like pull the wool over people's eyes. Those games weren't even fucking games. Like those games were like a vertical slice of something where it was like a single system or a single thing to do. Like all of Chronicles of Valeria was a jumping puzzle. That's what the test was. You go in and just jump on platforms. Who the fuck would want to pay for that? Like we had classes, we had almost 16 different types of weapons. We had 6 biomes. Why would a scam put so much effort and work into all of these things just for it to like, oh, okay, now we're going to take your money when it's at the worst possible advantage for us to do so. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't even think Steven probably got away with like a bag full of cash because again, Steam locked their funds. So anything they probably earned on Steam for their release, Steam probably didn't give them to them right away. And I'm pretty sure there is like a certain period of time where there is like a grace period of like, oh, hey, we did give it to your account, but then we immediately like brought it back. There's a lot of things that, of course, with Steam, they're a very big platform. They've dealt with this shit way more than once. So who could have been scammed in itself would have been Intrepid. You know what I mean? Like the people in charge, like the higher ups, because they thought they can probably get away with it. And then I don't think they are. Ashes and Pantheon are similar because they both wanted to do things that would never get implemented and how they said. Ashes with the node system, Pantheon with their perception system. I don't consider them scams like Chronicles earlier, but rather in luring people with things that would never be able to do properly. Well, here's the thing. Like with Pantheon, they have a very small team. I'm going to be talking to the lead dude this Tuesday, and I'm going to ask him some questions about their project and their goals, their philosophies, and everything like that. But you know, it just, to me, if you want MMOs to be alive, you have, of course, the mainstay MMOs. But if you don't like any of those, then what's your options? You have no choice but to back up smaller companies like Project Gorgon, you know, like Quinfall, like, you know, Pantheon, like Ashes of Creation. Dude, Steven was a scammer from the start, and his family of scammers and always just scam people in the past. And again, if Steven's intent was to truly scam the Ashes community, then why didn't, when there was multiple points in time that was so much more lucrative money-wise for him to do so, why didn't he do it then? Like, why was it now, out of all places, when it wasn't during 2017, when it wasn't during 2020, when it wasn't during 2021, like, or hell, when it was 2024, like right when they were prepping for Alpha 1 and they were people were like literally buying all the pre-order packs because like, oh, this is the last time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't he do it in any of these other points? Like, that's what I don't understand. Like, because to me, a scammer would want to get in and get out, get in, get out, do your scam and get the hell out. He did. We just don't know it all. So he did get the money, but continued to stay and continued to work. Like, again, dude, like, again, I think some people have this like picture of Steven and they just see him as like this maniacal, like mustache twirling villain. And that's fine if you feel that way. And all I'm saying is, like, without actual facts, like, we can't say that, at least not yet. Let me see. If anything, Steven reminds me more of Peter Malnick's, where he made all those promises about Fable. He dreamed big and then he overspent them on his team. And it's similar to 38 Studios with Kurt Schillen's MMORPG product, Copernicus. I didn't even know anything about those two statements that you just said, but I believe you. I trust you. Because he wanted the game to succeed, would work. Any would work 8 years for a scam. Yeah, I don't know what scammer would be in the long fucking con like that, because there's, to me, that would just not be worth it at all. And then what would it do? Like, if he actually built the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, the devs were like, to me, a con or a real scam would be like, hey guys, this is what we're going to do. I hired 200 developers to work here, and I just want you guys to not do anything. Don't do anything. Just, you know, act like we're doing shit, but don't really do shit, because I'm just going to take all of the Ashes of Creation community's money and then I'm going to like get it all, and then I'll give y'all a cut, and then we're just going to peace out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't, you know, again, saying all this just like as fictitious shit. This is drama. Like, this is not what actually happened. Let me be very clear. I don't think that ever happened. Fupo, dude, what's going on, dude? I was actually going to private message you. I hope you're doing okay, man. Like, because I had not talked to you, Fupo. I was hoping, you know, like, everybody's been kind of reeling lately. So, you know, it kind of is what it is. I never saw Ashes as a scam because they had passion. I just think Steven fucked up. You can see the passion even from the community manager, Margaret, who was on his best team I've ever seen. Yeah, I honestly, like, I feel like, you know, in all of the stories that I would hear about Steven, like, again, why would a scammer stay at the office till 2 or 3 in the morning almost every single night and like be there at the office and sleep at the office, why would a scammer do that? To me, scammers are fucking lazy. If Steven was constantly in Fiji or doing like Skype sessions in other fucking countries all the time, I would agree that something seems off. But he didn't fucking do any of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my thing. Game was basic. I played it more demo than anything. 3 demos is better than over his 10-year alpha, sorry. But you didn't answer my original question. Like, if you think he's a scammer, then why didn't he scam in any of those other points in time? Why did he wait to the worst possible one? I'm in contact with Margaret. She was working on the job fair. Awesome, dude. Well, I know you guys are super duper busy, man. So but I just wanted to reach out and just see how you were doing, man. You see, my wife refuses to use WASD. She only uses mouse to move in Guild Wars 2 request World of Warcraft Arcade. Yeah, me too. I've never used WASD ever. I've only used, my left hand is all rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, R, E, a tilde, tab, shift Q, shift W, shift E, shift R. All of my left hand is all rotation. Movement is all right hand. I've always been that way. That's just that's how I've played WoW. Let me see. I think they were bleeding money and they decided to launch on Steam to get a litmus test to see if it was worth continuing. I would say that could be possible. Again, we don't know if that's factually true or not, but I think could be possible. I think the whole Steam reason was different. I do. I don't think it was a litmus paper test personally. I think there could have been something else at play personally. Come on, Vladis. We know all scammers sell their house for pennies on the dollar. Hey, look. The whole, and again, I watched Zybek's video of like Steven had his house was appraised, I think, for like 8 million, and then he sold it to his husband for 5.5 million or something like that. But like I said, I feel like I just need to know the factual evidence, because it's very easy when you're feeling a certain way. Right now, people are pissed, people are upset, people are disappointed, people are sad. And anytime you have a fucking mishmash of emotions all jamming your brain, you can't think straight and you lash out and say things, that are just out of emotion. So that's what I'm kind of waiting for. I'm just waiting for the facts to come out. And if the facts come out that points that Steven fucked up, then that's what it is. But if facts come out to say like, wow, like Steven was doing things in order to protect himself for X, Y, and Z reason, then we have to acknowledge that that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's a lot. You see, I think house selling is linked to Steven's health. I don't know. I mean, it's like I said, we could speculate all day about like this happened for X reason, or maybe this did happen for Y reason. Like, it's just, again, I think people right now are just so, they want answers to something they can't understand. It's like, so my, one of my family members, she passed away suddenly. She was pretty young. She was in really good health, to be honest with you. And it happened on a Thursday evening. Friday, we woke up, got the news, and our whole family was just like in shock. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it was literally the same thing with Ashes. It happened so fast. It happened so suddenly that people could not understand, just like my family member. And whenever something like that happens, you go through the 5 stages of grief, and it's this whole ball of emotion. It's all of these things, all of these feelings about like, oh, like my aunt was blaming my uncle because it's like, oh, well, you made her run the day before. That's why she died. It's like, what? Like, but it's like we ended up finding what the reason was, which wasn't even related to anything, but it was just something happened, And it's whenever you're upset, you just want answers. You want to be able to quantify and understand why this happened, you know, and it sucks. Good to see you, Vladis. We'll be stopping by still. I miss a lot of the OC content people have once followed. We find a good place to feel at home. Do me too, brother. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming back. Just checking up on me, man. I appreciate it. We see his ego. He wanted to see if the game can blow up. When he saw people didn't buy, he returned to get as much money as he can get. When you play a game, you can see that there's no soul. Most of it copy pasta. I mean, again, that's your opinion. I think the game very much had a soul. It had very good bones and foundation, and the class system, the classes, the combat, everything was pretty good. Let me see. I bought it and was like, come on, I had more than 300 hours and had luck to get it refunded on Steam. That's good. I mean, like I said, I'm glad you got it refunded, man. But like I said, as someone who can get in a lot of trouble, you know, because I have a platform and I'm not just some commenter on someone's stream that could say outlandish stuff. I want to make sure that what I am saying is the facts. And we don't, the answer is that we don't have all the facts. We have some, but we don't have all of the intentional facts, the intent, which I think is more what people are wanting, why this happened. Let me see. Yep, that's why I thought Jalan isn't streaming, so the trolls need somewhere to go. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's, you know, people are upset, and I get it. Like, I'm not trying to like shoo people away. Like, I get it. I completely understand why people are mad. Honestly, like, I'm still upset myself. I wanted this game to play for the next fucking 10 to 15, 20 years of my life. I thought this was going to be a game that I was just going to play forever. Like, I didn't need to find another game. This was it. This is what I was all doing. I didn't care about anything else. And, you know, it's just, it is what it is, you know? Let me see. Do you think it's possible they keep working on the game somehow? I don't think that the devs that were working on Ashes of Creation would, sorry, that's me, not you, would ever come back and work on it. So could someone work on it? Potentially, but it will never be the people that worked on it originally. And that's just what it is. Let me see. Well, I'll be trying Control tomorrow just to see the ideas of Ashes and relive New World. Now maybe New World can get revived. I mean, who knows? I mean, if that guy from Rust is really going to buy it, I mean, you know, it's crazier things have happened. Yes, it all changed in one day with no warning. It was a bad day. I feel you. Yeah, it sucks, man. It absolutely sucks. I thought Ashes was pretty good. I loved the classes and thought the combat was great. I thought Vera was a little bland, lacking, looked like a little Unreal Engine showcase, but people say was a trash cam or just bitter. It had a lot of potential. I wish it can keep cooking. Well, dude, and like I said, knowing the things that I know, God, man, it just sucks. You know what I mean? And like I said, I believe the content creator meeting was leaked. I saw that Muggsy on his channel leaked it, the whole thing, the conversation that we had with Margaret, you know, and all the stuff they were going to be doing. Like, you can go and hear it. I mean, it's there. Let me see. I started Arcade on Arcade server. So much better. Finding a place for hours is hard. No, for sure. I mean, it is. It's going to be hard. It's gonna be hard for a lot of people. I mean, I think for me, I started playing Arcade Classic on the private server, and I really enjoyed it. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I can't wait to go back to it. Let me see, how was Gorgon? To be honest, I'm also looking at Birds Adrift. I do not recommend Project Gorgon, but I don't think I was the target audience of Project Gorgon, to be honest. It just wasn't my cup of tea. It was very much an old school, like I said, the movements a little wonky for me. The combat's super floaty. The quests, you know, it takes a little bit of brain power, of course, to figure that stuff out. The class, it's all done by skills, apparently, or not skills, scrolls or something like that. So I don't know, like if you're looking for like a typical MMORPG with like class design, you leveling with abilities and everything like that. Like, I don't think Project Gorgon is like that kind of game, but I mean, like I said, you can try it. There's a free demo. Like if you just want to try it, like for the way I did, and just see if you like it or not. But to me, I felt like Arcade Classic was one that I want to go back to, and I also want to go back into Pantheon. I want to do some more time in Pantheon to get me a better view on that game. Seawick, thanks so much for the sub, brother. Thank you. Very much appreciate it. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get off, guys. Like I said, tomorrow I will be streaming Quinfall. I don't know when exactly, because if I had to say, I probably would do Quinfall tomorrow at a later time. So probably either 7 p.m. Central or 8 p.m. Central. I have some things going on, and so does my wife and my daughter. And I think the morning and the afternoon is going to be a little bit hectic. So I probably won't stream Quinfall until the evening. And I think that might be like better for like queues and people potentially getting out starting areas and stuff like that. So, we'll see. Yeah, it depends on when servers go up for 1.0. Yeah, like I said, like we'll go into it. I missed your Project Gorgon play. Did you like it or hate it? I did not like it. I did not like it. I tried Gorgon years ago, like 6+ years. Watching you play today showed no difference from back in the day. Yeah, like I said, I only was on the one, I think it's like Demo Island. It's like a Hell Island, I think is what they called it. So yeah, for me, I can tell pretty quickly if a game is for me or not for me, or if I like some of the systems, but I just don't think that this game has the it factor for me specifically. Yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna try Quinfall, see what that's about. Saturday I'm gonna try Where the Winds Meet and see what that one's like, and we'll go from there. But guys, thank you all so much for coming out, hanging out. Hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow for Quinfall, and stay safe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.